Welcome back to Vores Physical Media. I'm Vanessa and he's Charles. Don't forget to like our video. It lets us know that you actually like the content that we are putting out. It also helps YouTube algorithm get more of our videos out there for people like you and people like us. Don't forget to comment down below and keep subscribing. Well, we've got a movie review for you and it is from Scream Factory. We're finally now getting to this because when we got this, we were doing, what, Christmas movies? So it is Drag Me to Hell. This is the alternate slip. I'll show you that first, then I'll show you the other one. The spine and the back. And this is actually the slip you get normally. And then the back. This is starring Justin Long and Alison Lohman. So what this movie is about a banker who is trying to become the assistant manager or whatever, and then this older woman, this gypsy woman, comes in and they have people at her house who are trying to take her house from her. Well, the bank has given this woman 2 extensions already. That's, you know, pretty good.
Yeah.
So Alison Lohman's character is like the nice, you know, trying to help everybody in the world type character. Well, she really wants this job, so she goes to her boss and says, hey, you know, can we do anything for her? And he's like, it's really up to you. Then she looks over and sees that empty position. She's like, I need to be more of a hard ass. So she goes over there and she tells this woman, I can't help you. Well, that set it off. And then she felt like she disgraced her, so she waited for her in the parking lot, which is creepy enough as it is. By the way, the vehicle that she is driving is actually Sam Raimi's vehicle, which is the same vehicle that's in
The Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. If you didn't know, now you know. And so she's waiting in the back of her car, and she gets out there. She has this huge, like, brothel with her car. Then this woman curses her. She takes her button off of her jacket and curses her. Well, you know, obviously Allison's character feels very, you know, bad for this woman, so she comes back to her house to apologize and to help her to get the loan, and what happens? The woman died. And it just sets on from there. The evil spirit, do you remember what it was called?
On top of my head.
Not off the top of my head, but it was pretty much the devil.
Yeah.
It had like hooves for feet and then like a kind of like a goat head type deal. It's actually right here. That's what it looks like. And so it's slowly coming after her. So after what, 3 days? 3 days, it literally, this spirit, if you can't get rid of it, drags you to hell and takes your soul.
Drag me to hell.
Yes.
So she actually gets her fortune read also.
Yes.
Which he actually comes to figure out a way to help her.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to revisit basically the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see the woman that actually ends up
helping her later
on because of the fortune teller.
Yes.
So Justin Long is also in this. So Mr. Jeeper Creeper himself,
Yeah.
obviously directed by Sam Raimi, has Sam Raimi sense of humor in it, just
Yes.
like any of his movies. But yeah, you gotta show that.
Yes. It's because I showed the slip and then I showed the. Okay. So this has the unrated and the theatrical. Hold on, it's not snapping in. Got it. Okay. So this is the 4K. It has the unrated and the theatrical on it. And then you have the Blu-ray, which has the unrated, and then you have the Blu-ray that has the theatrical. So you get 3 discs in this, which is pretty awesome.
The first disc has a new 4K scan from the original D1 film. Okay. Negative approved by director, obviously Sam Raimi, and editor Bob Murawski. Presented in Dolby Vision or HDR10 Plus, depending on your TV.
Yes.
New 4K scan from the original D1 film, negative approved by Sam Raimi and Bob Murawski. New feature, Pardon My Curse, Making Me Drag Me to Hell, extended behind-the-scenes documentary featuring new and archival interviews with co-writer producer Ivan Raimi. How many brothers that man has?
I don't know. But
So,
Ivan, Sam, and Ted, I think.
Yeah. Actors: Alison Lohman, Dilip Ryo, which is the guy that ends up helping her.
Mm-hmm.
Lorna Raver, director of photography Peter Doming, production designer Steve Sacklad, artist Christian Cordella, makeup effects designer Greg Nicotero, editor Bob Murawski, composer Christopher Young, and more. Third disc has a new 4K scan, obviously approved by Sam Raimi.
Mm.
You have the interview of To Hell and Back with Alison Lohman, Curse's interview with Lorna Raver, hitting on all the right notes, interview with Christopher Young, production video, diaries featuring the behind-the-scenes footage and interviews with Sam Raimi himself, actors Alison Lohman and Justin Long, and more, vintage interviews, TV spots, image gallery, and theatrical trailers.
Which is awesome.
So it's nice to get all 4K cans on every single thing, and you do get one new featurette, so I mean that's cool. You get the making of Drag Me to Hell.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
you can actually still get this at Scream Factory. I know you can still get this, obviously the regular stuff, Amazon, Walmart, but
Yeah.
Walmart now does have, it's the same thing. Everything that's on this is on the Steelbook.
yeah.
So
Yes.
if you like Steelbooks, you can go that route. Walmart actually has it in stock in their store. We actually just saw it today.
It's a very nice steelbook,
Mm-hmm.
and they have Dragging Me to Hell, Motel Hell also.
Yes.
So if you don't have that one yet, or if you want another copy of it, then
Right.
by all means, definitely pick that up. They're both great movies. They're not similar in any way, but they're still great movies.
Yes, they are.
But the transfer on this, I thought was it reminded me of the transfer on Evil Dead of Sam Raimi, because you kind of the same color grade of what Lionsgate did for Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2.
Mhm.
But Sam Raimi, the way he produces and films his movies, it's kind of like old school.
Yes.
Evil Dead was old school, but he made this like old school also. So even the picture in Dolby Vision, to me, looked like watching an Evil Dead film with the color grade that it was producing.
Yes.
I mean, it was bright in certain parts, like the fire and everything, but it wasn't like the brightest movie, but it felt like you were watching the Evil Dead.
Right. But I think that's the way Sam Raimi wants his movies to look
Yeah.
like, though.
So if you're expecting a great transfer of like being beautiful colors and all kind of different, you're not going to get
You're not
that in
gonna
this
get that.
movie. The fire and stuff, you get it. The characters, they look really good.
Mhm.
I mean, the blonde looks good, Justin Long looks good, the gypsy lady's creepy as shit looking. So, but it's not one that's going to pop off screen like, wow, this is like the best transfer ever.
Right.
But you're not going to get that from a Sam Raimi film, because his movies always look like old school movies.
Yeah, but the nice thing, though, with Sam Raimi's movies, the way he does his transfer, is that when you are physically looking at the character of the movie, they don't look too dark and they don't look too washed out. They
Yeah.
look very natural.
Yes, they do. And I thought the transfer was done well. I mean, like I said, it reminded me of Evil Dead.
Yes.
So, a typical Sam Raimi movie. You have the humor, you have the gore, and more humor on top of his already messed up
Fucked
sense
up
of humor.
mind.
But I highly recommend getting Drag Me to Hell.
Whether you want the slip or you
Yeah.
want the steelbook.
Unfortunately, I wish this would have had Dolby Atmos. I think that would have been a good upgrade to this.
Yes,
Don't you think?
especially with the spirit coming after her.
Yeah. And then just everything in the whole movie, everything was when stuff was going on and whatnot. And like she said, definitely the spirit, especially when the wind was blowing, he was walking up the steps, you would have
Yeah.
heard the pounding a little bit more.
Or when
But,
she gets thrown against the wall.
This has DTS HD Master Audio 5.1. It did bring the sound, but I think if they would have added Dolby Atmos, it would have added
More to it.
a higher elevation of sound. But as far as dialogue and anybody speaking, you could hear everything.
Yes.
So even if they spoke low, you heard it. So I mean, the DTS handled it pretty good. So, but I just wish it would have had Dolby Atmos, but it obviously it did not. They just brought the same soundtrack over. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yep.
But you do get one new feature, which is the making of Drag Me to Hell, and you get all these other features that are ported over from the Blu-ray. So I think that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
I would obviously give this movie a 5 out of 5 just because it's a Sam Raimi film, and I love the direction his films go and just the way he does it. It feels like you're watching an old school movie.
Yes.
So, would I recommend picking up Drag Me to Hell right now? Yes, I would, because it is one of those movies that you need in your collection. And just a creepy gypsy woman in general. You don't really
creeps me
need her. She's just creepy, but it is such a great movie. Sam Raimi knocks it out of the park once again. That is our review. Scream Factory did a hell of a job on it. I'm glad you got the rights to put this movie out. So
Yes.
4K upgrade is definitely a must on this if you're a fan of this and if you like Sam Raimi in general. But we recommend to pick this movie up. That is our review for Drag Me to Hell, the theatrical and the unrated cut. Definitely watch the unrated cut. It's a lot better than what the theatrical is. So much more added in, a lot more entertaining, a lot more Sam Raimi humor. So that is our review on Drag Me to Hell, coming from Scream Shout Select. Thank you. Peace out. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one.
Bye.